The reason why we feel insecure is that we're taught that if we aren't up to a certain mark by a certain age, we are not worthy enough to receive people's love and affection and support because we failed to reach the unsaid, universal so-called minimum requirement needed for something as basic as love, affection, and support of other people. Here are the common insecurities men suffer from. 1. Height, weight, and physique. We normally don't think about this much until we are around others who are in better shape or attractive than us. This is an easy fix, and it doesn't take going to the gym. All men really need to do is go for walks or jogs every day and do curls and push-ups. This will build up the parts of your body that communicate strength and fitness. Working out more is fine, but if you don't have time for that, focus on 1 cardio activity and 2 weightlifting exercises that will build up your upper body. 2. Status. Men compare themselves to other men, and while this seems natural because we are competitive creatures and can benefit us in some areas, such as sharpening us up and helping us become better, much of the time these comparisons hurt us eventually. The minute we size ourselves up to others, we become intimately aware of our shortcomings. This has the effect of robbing us of our confidence and happiness, and automatically disqualifying us in social settings. Particularly when a romantic interest is involved, we begin to feel insecure or less confident. Yes, we will always encounter others who have achieved more than us. Rather than look at them as a threat, we need to look at them as inspirations. It is far better to be in the company of people better or smarter than us, so we can learn to be better by example. 3. Game or social skills. There are men who boast about how much action they have with women who are undoubtedly hot. Other men see this as a standard to achieve and feel insecure when they are not attracting desirable women. It's important to develop a "so what" attitude here. It's just a badge of honor to hook up with hot women, not about how good it is. But the reality is that many hot women are really selfish and controlling. They know they are hot and could have any man they want, so they don't necessarily work at being good partners. And if you ever had a relationship with a hot woman, you've discovered that it is probably not worth the drama you have to put up with to keep her. It's completely okay to lower your standards a bit and find cute, attractive, and drama-free women to have a relationship with. Answer these questions to yourself honestly and be ruthless about answering these. If you feel uncomfortable while answering them, it's because you realize that there's a difference between what your answer is and what your reality is, then so be it. But do not stop. What image pops up in your head when you dream of the most ideal version of yourself? What warning sign are you waiting for to set your heart on fire for working? Why do you feel you need motivation from outside? What's stopping you from using your inner drive to fuel yourself towards your goals and desires? What is stopping you from focusing your 100% on one specific chosen task? Whom are you lying to and why? What are you gaining out of this escapism? How to overcome it? Letting go of things or not trying to excessively control everything. It's okay to let things be. There's no need for excessive control or that everything is in a particular order. Yeah, I agree that planning before executing does help give us the edge. But that doesn't mean you stick yourself in this loop and drone on mindlessly planning every bloody thing and get nothing done. Instead, what happens is that you realize and distinguish what is and isn't in your control, and the fact that it's okay to let things be. Letting go of people's expectations of you or not trying to show people what you are made of. To let people's expectations of you be. But also learning to draw the line of the fact that you're not answerable for every goddamn thing, because it's not that we do not like to be around people. But sometimes you gotta ask them to understand that what you're doing with your life does not have to be advertised to everybody. And it does not have to fit the description of what people would like them to do, and letting their expectations rest some time is okay. Alright. There's nobody going to arrest you for having a character graph development wherein you let certain things slide out of you. Quit comparing your milestones with someone else's or not trying to beat everybody at their game. Just because your buddy shot himself does not mean you have to do it too. Alright. You have to realize that comparing your achievements as a chef with someone's achievements as an Air Force pilot is the stupidest thing you can, and I know for a fact that you are investing your energy in. Stop these constant attempts of trying to be better than the people whom you think are supposedly above me, and start to just live your own goddamn life. If you're trying to show off for people at the top, forget it. They will look down at you anyhow. And if you're trying to show off for people at the bottom, forget it. They will only envy you. The status will get you nowhere. The beauty of this existence is the uncertainty, or insecurity, and this presents one with a challenge. If a person is conscious of mortality, every moment in life will become precious and there will be no time to waste on trivialities. So, you can start to enjoy the job process, whatever it is. And whatever you do, let it be done to the best of your capabilities without bothering about the consequences. Thinking more about the end result often causes insecurity. When you accept the fact that the end result is going to make you wiser, even if it is a failure, then there is no room for insecurity because one can benefit from failures also. There are two truths that live inside us all. There are unfortunate truths about what we're not so good at, our weaknesses. There are also fantastic truths about what we are good at, our strengths. These both coexist in everyone. If you press just about anyone and ask them what they are pretty good at and what they really aren't good at, usually people can give you some things on both sides. But here's the secret. People who feel insecure tend to focus on what they are not so good at, and people who are confident tend to focus on what they are good at. That is the only difference between a confident and insecure person. It's not that a confident person doesn't know that they have weaknesses. They do. They are not ignoring them. It's just not what they focus on or think obsessively about. They emphasize their strengths, do some work behind the scenes on weak points, and go through life in ways that highlight what they are good at, and when they do that, it just reinforces that self-confidence. It makes their weaknesses and insecurities seem small and irrelevant. Imagine if you gave it 1 week and put the emphasis on your strengths. How different you would feel internally and how different you would present to others. It would look a lot like confidence. You get a job that capitalizes on your strengths and you get praised for them. Have a partner who adores your strengths and thinks they are amazing. Volunteer and use your strengths to help others, and all of a sudden all those insecurities start to seem really small. It's not that you ignore your insecurities, but to be confident, you capitalize on what you are good at, and it makes the things you worried about seem not very important at all. Now go capitalize on those strengths.